Joining us now is Gidi, the former peace negotiator under Prime Minister Ehud Barak. Gidi, Trump says this deal is very close. Is this real progress or just political spin?
I think that we are in the most plastic moment in the history of the Middle East since 1917. Everything is possible right now, and I'd like just to highlight a number of the opportunities. First of all, of course, Netanyahu owes Trump, not just because of Iran, but also because of Trump's backing on the issue of his trial, and that Trump called yesterday for the cessation of the legal process against Netanyahu. And with all of that, Trump has tremendous leverage, and Trump can push a comprehensive deal in the Middle East, Lebanon, Syria normalization, and a war-ending deal in Gaza. I think that we are moving to a contour of what should be the deal. Let me just outline it. First of all, there will be a transition period of the withdrawal of Israel and the handing over of the responsibilities to a Palestinian self-governing body. Your previous guest, Samer Sinijlawi, was right on point. Everybody should listen to Samer. He's right on point. Yeah. What is going on right now is that Israel is encouraging the chaos in Gaza, but it is in Israel's interest that there will be a Palestinian body and an international governing body that will control Gaza. Just think about the paradox. Israel calls for the demilitarization of Gaza. Who will enforce the demilitarization, if not a self-governing Palestinian body and an international group? So divide Gaza into area A and B, meaning areas that are in control of the Palestinian side and the international force, and area B, which is in Israeli security control. Establish an interim period, reinstitute, and I know it sounds crazy, but that's going to be the easy solution, the Oslo Accords, because as Samer said just a few minutes ago, there is no law in Gaza right now. It's lawless. So there is no trade, there's no commerce, goods cannot come in and out. All of these things can and should be resolved quite quickly. And I believe that if President Trump says that this is what he wants, it can happen, and it can happen in lightning speed, at least on the Israeli, Egyptian, Qatari, American side, and also with the support of the Jordanians.
Have the recent U.S. strikes on Iran shifted the dynamics, in your opinion?
Of course. Effectively, for the last 30 years, we've been speaking about the axis of resistance to Israel. All these groups, Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, all these militias around the Middle East that reject the idea of the existence of Israel, they have been demolished over the last year and a half. And the whole idea of what is called resistance, mukawama, the rejection of Israel's existence, all of this is basically dramatically set back or effectively collapsed. Just astonishing to see how Syria set aside when Israel was striking at Iran, but effectively using the Syrian airspace back and forth, flying to Iran. This is a dramatic change. The current Syrian regime sees Iran as an enemy. The government of Lebanon sees Iran as an adversary and as a threat. Totally different environment. And I think that the decisive outcome of the war against Iran of the last 12 days creates tremendous opportunities. I've never been so hopeful as I am right now about the ability to reshape the Middle East with agreements that first and foremost establish permanent borders. That is what can happen in Lebanon. I think a Lebanon border deal is very, very close, because it's basically 13, 14 disputed points. This is like the real estate deal that President Trump likes, right? Just, here and there, move the border, finish the issue, which then allows us to move into some sort of a normalization, phase normalization with Lebanon. Same thing can happen with Syria, especially with Jordanian contribution on that. And then we are focused on ending the war in Gaza, which will also have to do with stabilizing the Palestinian Authority, some political horizon of a Palestinian state, normalization with Saudi. Wow, this could be an amazing few years moving forward.
Well, Gidi, I'd like to thank you for giving us your insight.